It's Marita Golden again, and I'm having another in my series of conversations with new, strong Black women. Women who are friends of mine who are sharing with me and with you their journey to self-prioritizing mental and physical health. Today, I'm talking to Rishele Ellison and her aunt, my buddy, Anita Berger. I wanted to talk to them because they're both high-powered, accomplished women. And I really wanted to talk to Rishele because she represents the younger generation. So I wanted to start with Anita. Anita, first, let's talk about your job. I mean, you are the principal of Banneker Senior High School, probably the best high school in Washington, D.C., and one of the best in the country. And I know you're in a pressure cooker situation. How do you maintain physical and mental health?
Well, I mean, you said it all. I mean, being at a high performing high school, all eyes are always on us. And so it requires not just a normal 8-hour day, but a day that may be from 7 to 7, 7 to 8, or whatever. It depends on the situation, especially now bringing students back from the pandemic, looking at their mental wellness and just evaluating myself. I said, I have to be totally well in order to be able to take care, my other family, the Banneker family. So, I decided during the pandemic, I guess lockdown was in March. By April, I was just totally like climbing the walls because I'm used to being, busy walking, talking, being with students all day, and then switching to more of talking to a computer all day was really driving me crazy. And then I thought about it, I said, I need to have my total wellness in order to be well to handle the high pressure job that I'm in. So
but you were always into physical health.
Yeah.
Did you teach? Yeah, your background. Talk about your background.
Yeah. So I have one of my degrees is in exercise physiology. So I have always been very conscious of, physical and just wellness, period. And so that being said, I go from maybe working out 3 or 4 hours a day to teaching in a different way, and then taking on administrative duties in a totally different way. And so with my background, it always kind of bugged me that I had gotten away from what I was so used to doing. And so I knew I had to take charge, especially now, because, we're not getting any younger, Marita,
Speak for yourself.
So I said, and I looked down one day and I said, these thighs do not belong to me. Whose thighs are these? Are these mine or someone else's? So then, again, during the pandemic, one day I walked a mile in the house. Right.
Okay.
So
great.
I was really climbing. It was really getting the best of me. So that being said, then I took on, my 4 to 5 mile daily walk. And so now I'm up to, depending on how the week goes, and now that the days are a little shorter, I've done as much as 30 miles a week. Right. So
tell us so you do this before you go to work.
So during the pandemic, I was doing it, I would try to shut the computer off by 6 o'clock. Then I would run out before it got dark, and I would, do it. And I started then. So I believe I started in maybe April 2020. And so now, I had to find a way to modify since I'm back to work full time, and so I bought this little cute portable treadmill. It's cute. But whenever I can go out, I do it. And like today, this morning, I've done my almost 5 miles. So, and it's a walking regimen. I jog down the hills or walk up the hills. So I challenge myself.
And you walk in our community.
Absolutely. And the community, as you know, it's a beautiful place to walk. It has hills and circles and, all types of scenery. And some animals sometimes, I won't forget that albino deer I saw one day. And it was like, I saw an albino deer, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Yeah, it was so cool. I forgot to take the picture.
Where's the picture?
I just took it out. I wasn't sure what I was seeing, but I figured it out later. But so yeah, it's a beautiful place to walk. As a matter of fact, I've run into you a couple of times.
Yes. I wasn't walking 5 miles, but yeah.
But it has become part of who I am now. Right. Especially with my background. And again, having, one of my degrees in exercise physiology, I know the benefits of not just physical wellness, but mental wellness.
Mhm.
And so especially as stressful as my job is, I have to take this time and say, hey, what about Anita? Because if I don't think about me, no one else is going to think about me. So we have to take charge of that, just like we take charge of what we do every day, our professional lives. So if you have that type of drive professionally, then you need to have it with your total self-care.
Exactly.
And so that's where I am now. And so it made me feel better. I have a whole new wardrobe because, the clothes I couldn't wear.
Yes.
So it has really helped me feel better about myself.
Yes, mentally, because walking in nature, you find yourself relaxing, you think more creatively, you solve problems, you release stress. It's just really amazing. And you and I are going to be hiking soon.
Very soon.
Next week. And I'm excited. I'm so excited about that. Really excited about that.
I love it.
Black women over 50 hike.
I love it.
Y'all
So
better-
you can't go.
That's not me.
So Rishele, I want to hear your story. Now you talk about your job and what your profession is, because I'm so proud of you. Share, yeah.
Okay, so so I'm a lawyer. I graduated from Howard Law in 2019. I'm a third generation graduate from there. On my father's side, my grandmother and both of my aunts graduated from there. So I'm a third generation graduate from Howard University School of Law. And my specialty is intellectual property, so trademarks and copyrights and things like that. Most recently, I was a judicial law clerk for the most amazing judge at the Prince George's County Circuit Courthouse, Judge Karen Mason. So there I was working, like when I first got hired, it was my interview for that job was literally the day everything got shut down for COVID. So it was like March 13th. And like I got hired on the spot at the interview, they offered me the job. And that was it. Like everything got shut down. So I started in April, but I didn't go into the courthouse until around June or July. But as the courthouse opened back up, like things really started getting way more intense and heavy. The workload, because cases started picking up. So it was very stressful. It had stressful moments because it was just, especially for me, I had to learn as I went along because the person who was training me, because of COVID, there was nobody to train me. I had to figure it out as I went along as a judicial law clerk. So that was some stress that I had never really experienced before. And then so my clerkship ended last month, and now I'm in the process of starting my own law firm with two good friends from law school.
Go girl.
Starting a law firm.
Girl.
Yes, which is it's stressful, but it's exciting. So we're in the process of that now. We're going to be launching in between January and spring next year. So that's my background. In addition to that, I'm also the director of digital media for Dragon Music Group, and which is home to artist Cisco and R&B group Drew Hill. So that is I don't want to, it's demanding because you kind of got to keep up with what's going on, but it's also very fulfilling for me because just seeing the payoff, like right now, like I have a viral tweet that I did for Cisco that's viral. It's literally everywhere. It's on all of the blog posts and stuff. So it's demanding, but it's exciting. So balancing that with, trying to keep my well-being and keep me together and my health together. It can be a little, tricky sometimes because you get so caught up in your work and you want to make sure what you're doing is right. And it takes long hours sometimes, especially when you're working for yourself or working from home. You work more from home than you do at the office. At least you can leave the office. But when you're home,
you never leave
work. It's there with you. But being able to balance is the most important thing, especially when you have multiple jobs like me, because I'm also a photographer. Forgot about that. I have a shoot tomorrow. Yeah. So I'm balancing a lot of things, but being able to like take care of myself and having my me time and,
well, what does your me time look like?
My me time looks like doing nothing. Being able to just like, relax at home, if I need to, take a nap, I take my nap, being at home with family, with my mom, being home with my boyfriend, my dog. That is my me time when I can just breathe. I don't have to like check my phone every 5 minutes to see, if something's going on that I need to respond to. Like that's the me time. And I try to make sure I have that because without that, how can I be good for somebody else if I'm not being good for myself?
Exactly.
But she's also started this exercise regimen, which includes yoga.
Yes. So
talk about that. Yeah, because see, I do yoga Pilates, I walk, I do cardio, the gym. So I'm doing a little bit of everything all the time. But yeah, so go ahead, Rishele.
So I really do want to get back into the gym because I'd noticed a lot of progress when I was there because of, you know, the current state of the world, we're a little hesitant to go back just yet. So I've had to, you know, we've had to figure out alternative ways to stay active. And just recently, I've been doing stuff the entire pandemic, but now this is the most consistent thing. About a month ago, I decided I wanted to start doing yoga every morning or at least 3 times a week.
Okay.
And so I grabbed my boyfriend. I said, look, we're doing yoga. So,
Great.
so he was like, okay, fine, whatever. So we started doing, I just found some videos on YouTube, you know, put it on the TV.
Right.
And first we started with like an 11-minute video.
Right.
You know, with all the bases of yoga. And then the next day, because we'll do it definitely every week on Saturday and Sunday mornings, we'll make sure we get it done because the week is busy. So we started off with 11-minute video. Now we're at 30-minute videos. And it's been so like fulfilling, and it really does balance you, you know, with your namaste and stuff. And now he likes it. At first he didn't want to do it, but now he likes it. So we'll do that. You know, that helps you, you know, with the flexibility, you know, just making sure that your body is, you know, in touch with itself. So we'll do that. We'll do some HIIT workouts. Find that on YouTube as well. And then in addition to that, we'll go play some tennis.
Yeah.
You all are such overachievers.
You know what? Like for physical activity, I like to be doing something that's a little more physical than just, you know, like the typical like exercise that everybody's doing. Like, no, I want to dance, or I want to like do something that's going to burn calories, but make me forget I'm burning calories at the same time, if that makes sense.
A couple of weeks ago, I did a 20-minute segment from YouTube that was really designed to get your heart racing. And I had not used those muscles in a while. Oh, boy, it took me about 4 days to recover. But I loved the feeling of it so much that I went back. And so I'm going to do that type of exercise, really getting your heart going for 20 minutes. I'm going to do that on a regular basis. So and what happens is your body craves it. Your body needs it. Your body expects it. And your body is so much more efficient. Like I can now eat a little piece of cake now and then and not worry about it because my metabolism is going faster and it's burning things up. So it's always a win-win. Yeah,
absolutely.
And what we've also done is we have an app that we share. We share an app. So it's a group app. So we can see who hasn't gotten their workout. We're like,
you got to watch too. We all have Apple Watches.
Right.
We're not getting endorsed for that. So we have watches. Y'all know what it is. And we all have it. Like we do. Dominant. Like the whole family has it.
And we keep track of what's wrong with you. You're at zero today, right?
Your rings are moving. Your rings are moving. What's going on?
Yeah.
So it's accountability. It's accountability.
Yes. Because a lot of times when women have not started, you know, I tell people, just walk for 10 minutes. Then the next day, walk for 15 minutes. Walk with a buddy. You know, make it a joyful thing. You know, talk about your problems as you're walking. So just start with something small and then build up. Yeah,
that's why I started. Because I have a dog. I have a little dog named Prince. Shout out to Prince. He's probably watching this. I have a little toy poodle, and so that got me walking too. Like we have a really big backyard, so I'll just let him out, you know, to run around and stuff like that. But when I started, you know, thinking like, no, I need to just start doing this, get some movement in, then I would start walking him, like going on 1-mile walk, 2-mile walks around the neighborhood. So that got me, because like I know it's exercise, but it doesn't feel like exercise because I'm walking my dog. So it's like it's a double, you know, it's double benefit. It gets him out the house and it gets him walking, exercise for him and exercise for me.
And it's good for him. And if he could say thank you, he would.
Yes, he
would. But I also I've been trying to beat my own time with my miles, right? So I'm racing myself.
Yeah.
You know? So I started my first mile, I think it was like a 19-minute mile. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm now down to 15-minute mile.
Oh, you go, girl.
Yeah, one time I hit 14.
That's good.
I don't know how I did that, but it's good to me. Yes.
You know. Get the shoulder.
So that was why when I passed you that day, it felt like a tornado.
Yeah.
You felt the breeze as you did.
I'm competing against myself, so I'm
That's
keep
good.
checking my watch. Yeah, but we do
Yes.
keep each other accountable
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
what
And
we're
as you
doing.
and as you age, you do need to actually step it up. You do
Yes.
actually need to do more, not less.
Yeah.
And all of that, like, for example, my husband always tells me that one of the reasons I can back in, for example, we have a very steep driveway, and I don't have a problem going back up, backing into the driveway. He says the number of people who can't successfully back into their driveway, but because I'm always twisting and turning and walking, I can just go in. So it
Yes.
affects everything. Affects
Yeah,
absolutely
absolutely.
everything.
Yeah, even things like that, like things that you would, I don't know, maybe somebody else take for granted, or just be like,
Right.
how can you twist that way?
Right,
It's like, because I've
right.
been doing my
Mhm.
yoga, baby. Like, it's, yeah, but especially as you get older, I am noticing that because I am approaching the mid-30s. I'm not there yet, but I'm approaching
the mid-30s.
I'm knocking
Big deal,
on,
right?
I'm knocking on that. But I have noticed that the things that I used to do when
Mhm.
I was younger to lose weight, it's not working.
Right, right.
So I have to step it up to be able to lose like the
Right.
5
And
pounds that I could
see,
lose so easily.
right. I mean, I weigh now what I did when I was in college.
Oh, that is beautiful.
But it's because of the exercise.
Yeah.
The going to the gym and doing the resistance.
Mhm.
And that once you get that metabolism going,
Yeah.
that's really so important. So
And your
important.
overall energy is
Yes.
improves.
Yes.
And so they look at me and work, so how do you do all this? It's like, I'd say, you can't. What's wrong with you? Right? It's not me, right? But I know what's really helping me. And again, that self-wellness is something that you owe yourself, right?
Yes.
Especially after you put in so many years of doing something, and
Mhm.
she'll get to that point.
Yeah.
But to start now, that'll be part of
Oh,
who
yes.
she is as a
Oh,
person.
yes.
And
Because I had 2 silent strokes.
Oh no.
And the fact that they were not fatal is because in my 20s, I started a serious health regimen because my mother had stroke, my father had heart attack. So I saw them die when I was young, and I said, oh no, I'm not going out like that. So I started young. Because when people, for example, are developing dementia and all these problems in old age, those started when they were younger. So the great thing is that we're part of a generation of women. Our mothers didn't exercise. Their exercise was just living, just handling the family. But we're the first generation that really has the language and the consciousness to do this. Well, I'm gonna stop here because y'all make me tired. I mean, I feel like I need a nap just listening to your regimen.
well, she didn't talk about how she jumps rope. She's been doing that for years.
Oh my gosh. Jumping rope,
Jumping rope.
rope, hula hoop, and like I said, I want it to be fun.
Yeah.
So I love the hula hoop. Like, I got a way to hula hoop. I put my music on. I just be going.
And she records. She's like, "That's her," and I laugh because to me, it's
I know
like,
she'll laugh, but Dominic, who are physically fit, her physically fit son, her Olympian son. So he's like, jump roping is better than even running. So I'm like, hey, I'm on to something.
Yeah, I saw something on YouTube about that, and I got to get a rope.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I have you can get the digital rope off of Well, that site, we're not being endorsed, so I'm not gonna say, but you know where to go. That site, that's 2-day shipping. Like it's a digital readout, so it lets you know how many skips you've done and everything. So
give me one of those for Christmas.
oh, that's a really good idea. Look at that.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking. It's in my budget too.
Well, I'm gonna go to that site we will not name
Yeah.
as soon as we get off.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, Anita and Rishele, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
This
It's
was
been
informative and a lot of fun.
Yes, thank
Yes.
you, and good luck with the book. Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
Thank
The strong
you.
Black woman.
Yeah, I want my copy signed.
Signed
Yes,
copy.
yes, yes,
Y'all,
you will.
Look here, all the strong Black women in the world, go right now to maritagolden.com. Flash books.
You
Get your copy.
you are a
Social
lawyer.
media, yeah, she's a social media promoter.
Yeah, you are. I gotta hire you.
Just
Okay.
another job. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Thank you.